welcome back to Southern Blessed Homestead. I'm Patti, and I think this is our second garden tour. So I'm going to take you around and show you what we got growing this year. And as you will see as we're going along, this is still a work in progress as far as layout and stuff goes. So we are still working on some beds in areas. And I'm filling in plants wherever I can find places to plant them. Alright, what are we growing this year? In our first beds, I've just got my comfrey here still, and we've got Japanese long cucumbers growing up on this trellis. And I do have some basil and some dill and some Swiss chard in here, and it's kind of hanging on. I watered this morning, so everything's kind of looking yeah, it's rough. We've had a rough heat wave that's coming through, so everything's looking a little rough. On the border over here, I've got mostly flowers and some herbs and stuff growing over here. I did put in some banana peppers over here because I have extra plants that I'm trying to fill in, and we've just got mostly on the border as flowers and stuff. And over in this bed we have a white cherry tomato plant with some pineapple tomatillos, which we call garden candy. You will see this all over my garden because my family loves this stuff. And they're very tasty, and it's like a garden treat, so we call it garden candy. Down here I've got some beets that are going, and some of them look better than the others. But I've also, on the end, I've got some marigolds, and hidden in here is a really tiny little frail plant, and I'm growing for the first time, is a cucamelon. And if you see, I've got a little tiny cucamelon right there, and go up. And there's one right there, and it's just a tiny little frail thing, but it is growing really good and taking over. And I've got another one hidden down inside here, and then I've got some borage on the end here, but that's what I've got going this year in these. And as we go through here, I've got some hidden plants in here, just extra plants on both sides, that some herbs and different things that I'm going to try to find places for or give away still. I'm just got extra. And then over here in the next one we have radishes that are still, I'm taking them in and out. I'm letting some of them go to seed, to just, the seed pods are tasty for one thing, and then I might save some seeds as well. I got a black pearl pepper that I overwintered in my greenhouse. I just planted it there. And this is actually a volunteer tomato plant from last year, and I think it's going to be a chocolate cherry because that's what I had in here. And I do have one bean plant. This is the Chinese long red noodle bean. I planted a whole row twice, and only one would come up, so I guess my seed was not very good. And it was seed that I had saved, so I'm not sure what happened. And then I've got a nasturtium tucked in here. Pretty soon I'll be taking out the radishes, and it won't be hiding everything too much. And over here, I have some. These are wild I think they're called Mary's Wild Cherry plants, and they have these little tiny tomatoes. They are so tasty, super sweet, and they make really good tomatoes just to throw on a salad. So I've got some lemon basil and some marigolds, and then all this is radishes again. I've got more lemon basil on the end, and you will also see basil tucked all over my garden too. I went to seed pretty much in different places, so it's popped up everywhere, and I've left it where it was, most of them. And in this bed, this is my first time to grow sweet potatoes, and I think on this side I think I have white sweet potatoes, and then I do have a couple regular orange ones. I'm not really sure, somebody gifted me some, and then I got some from Azure Standard that started growing and put on slips, and so I put those in there too. I think I have maybe 6 plants in here, maybe 6 or 8, I'm not really sure. And as I said, pineapple tomatillos, and we got some azenia over here, and on the very end there's some nasturtiums. So I've been tucking stuff all over the place in here. And this area is still a work in progress. So we'll just walk through this. We're making new beds in this area. We've got some of the stakes laid out. Mac is working on this area whenever he gets a chance, and we're gonna make some more beds. And down this aisle, this is just nothing, but we had our garlic there, we harvested it, and we got some volunteer zinnias, but we're gonna be making a big long bed in there. And future wise, I'm gonna probably have melons and stuff in there. And as we go down this path, it's kind of a small path. I'm also working on this bed over here to extend it. And this little tiny bed over here that's tansy, and then this is more comfrey, and I've got flowers and echinacea. I've got a bunch of echinacea. That's my goal, is to fill this up with echinacea. And I've got some chamomile and this is my Malabar spinach area. It's all volunteering from seeds that it dropped last year, so it's still coming up. But that's what, and Malabar spinach is really a tasty salad for the summertime, because lettuce does not like the heat of summer. So Malabar spinach is great to make a salad out of. Okay, and over here in this bed, I've got Kajari melons, and there's several of them. There's pretty small little plants on the south side here, and then on the north side, or I'm opposite, I've got some pepper plants over here, and I don't remember what they were, extra, so I don't remember what they are. They're probably banana peppers or something. And as we go down through here, I have a lot of weeding to do. I got another comfrey, and we have tiger melons. I've got tiger melons in this blue and that's blue, and they're growing pretty good. They're flowering. I have a volunteer tomato plant, which I think is a pink ox heart or an Amish paste that I had here last year. And so I'm not sure, but I'm just letting it grow. And I have some zinnias that are popping up everywhere. And on this side, I have my Zucchino rampicante. It's a bumblebee. Go away. And it's going to be growing and filling up this trellis pretty good. I think I have like 2 plants in each. And you can see my flowers in different spots. I've got more garden candy and more lemon balm. And in here, I've got a tiny little American cranberry that I am babying. And I'm still learning how to take care of it, but it's holding its own for right now. I need to fertilize it. And right next to it is that purslane. And I've got purslane growing everywhere too. It is just a wild weed to most people, but it is edible and nutritious, and it's got like vitamin C and stuff in it, so we make salads out of that while I have it around. Okay, this is an old pot that I had flower bulbs in, and I've just got an oxtail in there right now, so it's dying down. As you also see, I have oxtail that is bordering some of my plants. I think it's just a beautiful shamrock type looking plant, and it's 4-leaf clover. Some people think they are looking like, but a clover looking plant, and I love those. They make really good border plants. And in these cut off barrels over here, I have a various stuff. I have some chives or wild garlic. I forget what it is. That was from my friend Brenda from Duncan 1900. She gave me that. This is lemon balm, which is already seeded out. I need to chop it down and let it grow up some more. In here is both my thyme. It's thyme. Excuse me. And I've got pineapple tomatillos and some lemon basil growing in it too. So this, and you'll see I have other barrels over here, which is mostly their herbs and stuff. So I've got cilantro that is all seeded out, some yarrow, some dill, and the end one was supposed to be horehound, but it didn't do very well, and now there's garden candy in it. And this long bed right here doesn't have anything but sunflowers in it at the moment. We had our onions in it, and we've already taken those out, so I think before July 15th I will be getting probably some lima beans or something in here, because I haven't had a place to put those just yet. And as you can just span down, and you can see that one kind of fell over, so I'm just gonna baby it, but we'll see what happens. I think they're mammoth. Some of them are mammoth sunflowers, and some of them are the autumn beauty, which is another different kind of sunflower. We've been working on our pathways, trying to get them out. I have a beautiful friend, Miss Jennifer, who is helping me weed and redo the pathways, and so we just recently got this one done. And this is my pepper bed, but at the end I have lemon balm and marigold and a sunflower. And I got serrano peppers. I think I have 4 serrano peppers, and I have 4 cayenne peppers, and I have 4 jalapenos. Then I think I have 2 pumpkin spice jalapenos and 2 lemon jalapenos, which they have the same heat and everything. They are just a different color, so they will be more colorful. And then I got some borage, and this is my old compost bucket. I make tea, which I need to clean out. I make compost tea in that. And this is my green stalk, which I have some lettuce, and mostly this was for my strawberries. So I just recently put a Kajari melon in here too, so I thought I'd try it. And I got some borage and some nasturtiums. Mostly it's the strawberries, and they've been doing really well. So, and this aisle is my rattlesnake pole beans, and they are looking really sparse compared to what I've had in the past. It's the first time to grow here, but I've already harvested some. We've had enough to make a couple meals off of it, believe it or not. There's not that much there, but as we go through this aisle, I tell you I got purslane everywhere that I've been making salads out of. And this side I've got sunflower over here. I'm trying to tuck them everywhere. See, here's a bean. Yep, let it get just a little bit bigger. Okay, over here on this one I have some salvia at the end, a flower for pollination and stuff, but on that side I have what were those beans? Oh, navy beans. Yeah, I have navy beans on that side and down a certain way, and on this side my grandson planted some pinto beans. So we have pinto beans on this side. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, probably about 10 plants of pinto beans. And then about halfway down, right about here, I have kidney beans on that side, red kidney beans. And my other grandson planted some white kidney beans on this side. And then on this side, you can't see them, but I got some banana peppers, and they're not really looking all that great. I've got to fertilize them. And on the end down here, these are I never can remember the name. We call them Ferraro, but they're they have one of those French names to me, and it's just a long green pepper that is really great and prolific. It's not spicy. It's kind of like a bell pepper, but it's long and thin, and it's really good, great and flavorful. A friend of mine, Jennifer, loves these, so we're growing those for her and for extra pepper flavor. Whenever you make salsa or use peppers for a dish, you give it an extra punch whenever you use different varieties of peppers, because it gives it just a different flavor and it makes it very good. And I've got some dark basil in the middle. I wish I could remember it. Oh, I don't know, maybe I have it written down. Got my little cheat sheet here. I was trying to remember. No, I don't guess I wrote those down. No, I didn't write them down. Oh, that's what. I got some jalapenos in there, too. Somewhere right in here, I think. Some jalapenos, which are jalapenos looking, but they're not heat. They're not hot. Okay, on the end here is just some more. This is catnip, and the lime green looking stuff is called Jewel of a Par, and it is also a very good summer lettuce type thing that you can make salads out of. I think it's very tasty. I love it myself. And then you'll see garden candy. Okay, in here I have some Anaheim chili peppers, along with, oh, I wish I could remember what is in here. These tomato plants. I had them labeled, and it makes me very upset that I don't know where the label is. But I got some more tomato plants. They're more of the potato leaf type tomatoes, and I can't remember what they are. Okay, then I have some Mexican Tomatillos all in here, which I'm going to try to make some salsa verde with them, hopefully. And of course I got a zinnia tucked in here. And I think these might be Litsea peppers in here. They were a pepper from my friend Patti, the tinker's wife. Let me see if that says it. Nope, these are more Anaheim chilies. I must have the Litsea over there. Then we got some more. I just planted more rattlesnake pole beans over here, so they're just now taken off with some more purslane. And these are Kentucky. Oh, I tried to plant some Kentucky Wonder Beans, but they didn't come up. These pepper plants are the Big Jim peppers, and these tomato plants are the Pink Oxheart, which I just love. They are very solid meat. They make good slicers, and they make a good sauce tomato as well. And got my flowers. And there's some peppers in here. I think that's paprika, and they are not doing well. I got to spray some fungicide on it and stuff. I'm not sure. They just didn't do well. This heat is also bringing on a lot of problems. These are Bonnie's Best tomatoes that are in here. All along here, Bonnie's Best. And then this right here is a white cherry tomato, which puts on a pretty good sized little cherry tomato, and they are very sweet. They end up being a tiny bit yellow. They're not totally white, but they're very flavorful. My grandsons love them. Okay, and here we have some Muncher Cucumbers, which I have several of them coming up, but we'll go on the other side. You can see them better on the other side. But there's several Muncher, and then garden candy everywhere. And right here, these beautiful red flowers it's a scarlet runner bean, but I'm very disappointed because they have flowered very well, but I have not seen one bean yet. I have no idea. This is my first year to grow them, so for some reason it may not be getting the nutrition that it needs to be producing the bean. I don't know about that. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I was excited because it had their pretty flowers. But tucked in here is, I had a mini bell pepper plant tucked in here, but it is not I'm gonna have to transplant it somewhere else. But there's my cucumbers. We already ate one. And I think my grandson's gonna be over here next day or two, and so we'll let him pick those. Okay, on this side is my long tomato line. And on this side of the trellis to where I am is the tomatoes. On the other side of the trellis is peppers, which are mostly California Wonder bell peppers. But I have Moneymaker tomato plants. I tried to plant like 4 of each kind of tomatoes because I do like different varieties of tomatoes. These are called Gilberti tomatoes. They are paste tomato. I did several of them. And tucked in between you'll see marigolds and some basil plants and maybe some borage. And over here I have Amish paste. I have several Amish paste plants, which they're doing pretty good. I'm telling you, the heat though has not been good for plants. Oh, I have one Mexican tomatillos that is tucked in there. I had an extra spot, an extra plant. And down here, oh, I think these are Rio Grande. I had Rio Grande tomato plants as well. They were my favorite. Last year they withstood all the problems that the garden had. They were the most prolific and just resilient. So I decided I was going to grow a bunch of those this year. And let's see. Yep. These are all Rio Grande all down through here. Yep. And I've got garden candy and marigolds and stuff like that tucked in there amongst on the other side. Like I said, those are pretty much all California Wonder. Come around this way. I think we'll go down this last aisle. I've got okra planted in here. I only have one Broussard that came up. That's my Broussard okra. Hopefully it will hang on. It's the this would be the second or third generation. I saved seed, so I guess it's the second year. I can't remember. I love Amy and Brett Broussard are some of our good friends in Louisiana, and they gave me okra seeds, and I have enjoyed growing them. But the seeds that I saved, I'm not sure, but only one came up. And then I had the burgundy ones coming up. And then I just recently planted some pie pumpkins in here. So that's what you see coming up. I have way too many plants, but I didn't know how many were going to come up, so I planted several. So I'll probably take some of those out and pass them on to somebody else. On this side is a very sad bed, but it's hanging in there, I guess. I've got Swiss chard and beet bordering. And then in the middle I have a Trinidad scorpion plants, 2 of them. And then this was a big gem. I still had the little cup there because it was extra. Then I got some basil on the end. But it's been kind of stressing out over here. There's more pie pumpkin over here. I'm excited. This is the first year to be growing pie pumpkins, or pumpkins period, because several years back we tried, but of course it wasn't in this area. We had it out behind our barn and stuff, and the deer just wiped us out. And so I have not tried since. This bed is empty over here. I'm going to probably be filling it with lima beans. But in here, I have the Homestead tomatoes. I have 3 different kinds of tomatoes down this line. I had this first year to grow Homestead tomatoes. And then I have Marglobe, which I've grown them before, but they're loaded pretty good. On the other side, I have some zucchini. And so I'll be doing that. And over here on this side, I have watermelon. This is called K-A-H-O. I don't know how to say it. I got it from Baker Creek, and we grew it year before last, and We loved it. It's a yellow meated one, and they're small, personal type size. They have a lot of seeds in them, but they are so flavorful. And I like them because they're small and flavorful, and we could just take one and eat it right then and there, Mac and I. So I'm growing those with my sunflowers on this side and some basil. And over there is grassy nastiness that I have to get over there and weed. It is taking over so bad. I don't know if we want to show you, but that's the bad part of the garden that needs to be worked. That used to be very beautiful 2 years ago. If you watch my garden, it was where my tomatoes were. But look, I've got some zucchini down here. I've been fighting the zucchini bugs. And that one, I'll probably be picking it by tomorrow. And I think these might be some more Marigolds. And then down here is a new one that I'm trying to grow. I think it's called Beetlux, Beatlux tomatoes. So they're really compact, small plant, and loaded with flowers and stuff. I do have some tomatoes on this one, and this plant looks like it's gotten some kind of, it's got problems. So I've got to be taking care of those soon, but I've got squash plants on the other side. Over here, I've got more watermelons with sunflowers, but these are the bigger watermelons, so we'll see what happens. I overplanted, as you can see, but these are Jubilee. I just planted them about a week or so ago, and I'll be thinning that out, whatever. And I'm wanting to just run all over through here. I don't care. So this is a Sugar Baby watermelon, I think. I have one of them. In here we have some peppers. This is where my Litzia peppers are. And they're from Patti. Some of them are doing better than others. And I have some amaranth and basil and garden candy. The bugs just love, the beetles love to eat up this amaranth. I was wanting to eat this as a lettuce as well. And then it grows a nice grain that I can feed to my chickens. Or I could actually grind it and make flour out of it if I wanted to. I've got some leftover broccoli that I bought last minute, and it's actually making heads right now. I didn't think it would. I've been harvesting the leaves, and we ate some of the leaves in a stir fry last night. But they're actually making some little heads. The heat, I thought, would just burn them up and they'd be done. But they're doing okay. All right. We're still working on the borders of this garden, and I want to grow more. But it's just Mac and I and my friend Jennifer when she has time. And so we will get to it as we can, but we're really blessed with what God has given us so far. And every day I do what I can and just say, okay, Lord, the rest is yours. Because I just have to trust Him. And everybody I know, north and south, is dealing with really this bad heat wave that's going through. It's more than what we're used to at this time of year. So as I'm going through here and watering and praying over my garden, as God brings people to mind, I'm praying for y'all that your gardens will do well too, and you'll survive this heat wave. And the food shortages, or whatever's coming our way, that God will provide for us this year. So thank you for going on this little garden tour with me. I hope you all have a southern blessed day.